Starting with, I've chosen orange. Just to give you an insight, what I've done is I first wet the piece of paper with a lot of water, and then I'm just going to dip in some orange paint and let the paint work on the paper with very little effort. That's about it. Okay, so that's my base, and I let it dry. I don't want to do anything about it now. Let's just leave it to work its way through. Then I wash off my brush, and I'm going to use a fine tip brush next with the purple. So I'm using violet to be more precise. So with this, I'm just going to sort of outline my vase. So you can use a very fine tip for this. Yeah. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that now. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to darken this part a bit with very little water and paint. Okay, so before anything, let me explain to you. There's something that you need to understand when you work with watercolors. You need to first decide from where the light comes and from where the shadow is going to fall. So if the light falls from this angle, from the other side, then the shadow would definitely fall on the opposite side here. So this angle. So when you're drawing, you need to plan your drawing really well. So since I have the light here on this side, I plan to use my shadow stretch of color here. So it's a very simple technique. All you have to do is just stretch this out. Don't make it too blobby. Yeah, so you can just mark the shadow area and just leave it there. So let's get all our basics right now. Next, I'm going to use a green to do the stalks. So you don't want to make it too thick, not too runny. And it's best you just randomly use some strokes like this. Okay. The next thing we need to do is use, I'm going to use my palette so I get a nice dark green. So this is to make some leaves. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. The next thing we do is we'll take the olive green, as I just and I found this sap green, yeah, or olive green. You could use olive green if you do not have this sap green. Okay, so this is going to slightly darken the area. Yeah. Next, I've chosen this beautiful color magenta, or just magenta pink would give a beautiful shade. That's how beautiful it looks now. It's merged. And now we let that to dry out for some time. And now since it's almost dry, I'm going to use this sort of a dark purple to blend on my base color, making it dark on one side. So I'm going to have the tones. You have a dark, then you'll have a mid-tone and a light shade. Let's put some dark purple here. Now let's just do the blending. It's really easy to blend it. And it's a beautiful medium to use, watercolors. Though I found it really tough at the start, but then you could practice more and then you get better at it. So yeah, I'm now just going to work my way through this with a very light purple. Okay. Now let this dry. You don't want to really touch this part. Let it dry and then we can figure out how we're going to make the shadow. Now let's just do the shadow with the same purple. Just drag that along and stretch it. Yeah. So now the next thing we need to do is just sort of go over that line again. So I'm using this pencil tip to just do the sprays. Use some purple for the sprays with the back of the pencil tip. Just like that. And now since this is all dried, I'm just going to put some dark purple on this and blend it out really well, creating more shadows.